So we were discussing about the urban economy of Delhi Sultanate. Next, so cities, emergence of cities because of the following factors, in which the most important factor was induced trade. Second point, promotion to trade and commerce. Promotion to trade and commerce. Now, Rigvedic period, dormant. Later Vedic period, 6th century BC. Mauryan period, post-Maurya. Gupta period, post-Gupta. Rajput period. Hope you remember all the datas. Dormant, later Vedic period, beginning. 6th century BC, second urbanization. Gahpati and connection between A and B. Route A and route B. Mauryan period, economy and empire. Post-Maurya, peak. Gupta, the emergence of devil, feudalism, emergence of devil and decline of foreign trade. Strengthening of devil and collapse of foreign trade. Rajput period, devil is in complete power and dormancy of foreign trade. It reaches to the lowest level, foreign trade. Never write end of foreign trade. Never write end. Don't write end. Don't use this word end of currency system, end of trade. No. They become dormant. That is, they come to the lowest level. So you have a picture of the entire previous period. Now if they ask questions like this to you, the total analytical questions, just imagine if you carry on making this till today, 2014. You just imagine the role of history. If you go on making this graph till 2014, do you think any subject will be left untouched by you? Because if you have to make graph till 2014, after 14 discussion will take place, but till 2014, then you have to understand economic development, technological development, everything you have to understand. Science and technology, economy, every aspect you have to consolidate, polity. You cannot understand history without understanding the polity of a period, technological development of a period, economic development of a period. Nothing will be left, nothing. Now in trade and commerce, it's not only state, it's not only currency system, demand. Agriculture is already developed. Sultanate period. Now you know the previous period. That devil is at the peak and dormancy of foreign trade. So they have to handle this devil and they have to promote foreign trade. Simple. They have to handle this devil and they have to promote foreign trade. Simple. Take out those factors by which they handled the devil. How they handled the devil? First thing, handling the devil. So how they handle the devil? Demand of revenue in cash, especially land revenue. Demand of revenue in cash, especially land revenue, and suppression of feudal lords and intermediaries. What happened because of this? Surplus moved into the hand of the people and state. Surplus moved into the hands of the people and state. Iltutmish and Balban, they used the force. Alauddin Khilji, reforms. Force and reforms. Alauddin Khilji, Muhammad bin Tughlaq, force and reforms. And this gave birth to induced trade. This gave birth to induced trade. Trade resulting due to the compulsion of land revenue system. अब किसान अपना अनाज बेचेगा क्योंकि उसे टैक्स देना है, उसके पास पैसा आएगा. पैसा आएगा तो यूज ऑफ मनी इकोनॉमी विल इंक्रीज. स्टेट के पास पैसा जाएगा, वो सैलरी देगा. The purchasing power of nobles, amirs, soldiers will increase. This induced trade gave promotion to inland trade between villages and cities. This induced trade gave promotion to inland trade between villages and cities. Bulk commodities, bulk, day-to-day commodities, grains, raw material, etc., etc. Grains, raw material, etc., etc. It was generally a one-way trade, one way. Generally a one-way trade because villages were still self-sufficient. Generally a one-way trade. This was later on understood and respected by Mughals. फिर उन्होंने गांव में छेड़खानी नहीं की कि चलने दो यार ऐसे ही. जो पिछले 500 साल से चल रहा है सेल्फ सफिशिएंट विलेजेस, मैं उसमें क्यों फिर उठा पटक करूं? मुगल्स ने तो बिल्कुल छेड़खानी नहीं की. Inland trade, which included the trade between villages and cities in bulk commodities, grains, raw material, etc. And villages were generally self-sufficient. Villages were generally self-sufficient. It not only gave promotion to the trade between villages and cities, it also gave promotion to trade between towns and towns. दो शहरों के बीच में भी व्यापार बढ़ा. इंटर टाउन ट्रेड और इंटर सिटी ट्रेड. intertown or intercity. For what? For luxury goods. So two types of trades. One between village and a city, that was bulk commodity trade, raw material, grains, food grains. And second, intercity trade of luxury goods. Barney says that liquor was coming from coal and merit. Coal is the old name of Aligarh. Barney says coal. Liquor was coming from coal and merit. Liquor production during this period has become a cottage industry. I'll tell you in technology. Cottage industry, cottage. Liquor was coming from coal and merit. Muslin from Devgiri. Silk, Lakhnauti, Bengal. And this was because of emergence of cities, presence of nobles, amirs, and a strong and sound polity and administration by sultans. A strong and sound polity and administration by sultans. Inland trade. Village and cities, intercities. Village and cities, bulk commodities, and intercities, luxury goods. The most important reason, induced trade, induced. Prerit Vyapar. Induced. What induced? The demand of revenue in cash. The demand of revenue in cash. Along with inland trade, foreign trade, promotion to foreign trade, foreign trade via two routes. Route A plus B, C plus D. A plus B and C plus D. Now you remember all the four? Now you know all the four? Foreign trade. A plus B and C plus D. A plus B. Overland trade. Entry port, Multan, Lahore, entry port, Multan, Lahore, Central Asia, Afghanistan, Persia, Central Asia, Persia and all. Persia, Afghanistan, and two things were coming from these areas: horses and precious metals, gold and silver, especially silver, gold and silver. Silver is not mined in India, you know very well from ancient times. Gold and silver. Also brocade, silk stuff from Alexandria, Iraq, China, etc. But this route was in trouble because of Mongol unrest. Mongol unrest. Iltutmish, you see, Iltutmish, Razia, policy of neutrality towards Mongols. Policy of neutrality. And Mongols burnt entire Central West Asia, Genghis Khan and all. They literally burnt. If you read the stories of Halaku Khan, अब ना वो हलाकू है और ना उसके साथी है, जंगजू वो पोरस है और ना उसके हाथी है। अब ना वो हलाकू है और ना उसके साथी है, जंगजू वो पोरस है और ना उसके हाथी है। हलाकू खान, these Mongols. तो Mongol policy, they can ask that Mongol foreign policy of sultans. Balban, Razia, neutral policy, neutrality. Iltutmish, Razia, neutrality. Balban changes the stand, power and diplomacy. Alauddin, power and resistance. हमने भी तो यही किया, इंदिरा गांधी एंड नेहरू, नेहरू एंड लाल बहादुर शास्त्री, न्यूट्रलिटी। पीओके का हिस्सा पाकिस्तान के पास था, हमने छोड़ दिया। स्टेट इज इन्फेंट, लेकिन ये अलाउद्दीन बैठा हुआ है, वो कहता हमको पीओके चाहिए। नाउ स्टेट इज नॉट इन्फेंट। This route was least preferred. Mongol unrest till Mongols got Islamized and Persianized, and they became Mughals. This route was least preferred route. So was the most preferred route was route C plus D. And Alauddin Khilji, Muhammad bin Tughlaq wants to completely dominate it. Alauddin opens it. Muhammad bin Tughlaq wants to dominate without still completely consolidating their position in north. And then the blunders of Muhammad bin Tughlaq became very costly. Annexation of Gujarat by Alauddin. Annexation of Gujarat by Alauddin connects Cambay directly with Delhi, and Cambay was connected with Aden and Malacca. So you can now imagine Malacca. Tom Pierre says Malacca cannot live without Cambay and Cambay cannot live without Malacca. Tom Pierre, I told you, the European traveler, early 16th century, he says Cambay cannot live without Malacca and Malacca cannot live without Cambay. And in this way, Gujarat was the entry port for sea trade between west and east. Right? Gujarat was the entry port for sea trade. Gujarat was the entry port for sea trade between west and east. Between west and east. Gujarat was the entry port. between west and east. So Debel, the important port in Sindh, Debel. Then Bharuch and Cambay in Gujarat. Then Bengal. All these ports port towns played a very important role. For promoting third urbanization, especially Sindh, Gujarat and Bengal. Deccan and South was still beyond the reach of Delhi Sultans. They can plunder from there, mamas, but they cannot stay. Muhammad bin Tughlaq tried to stay, but he paid the price for it. So trade and commerce got momentum in. You can write some evidences according to Varthama, again a European traveler, Varthama. According to Varthama, Varthema, according to Varthama, 300 ships annually sailed from the port of Cambay to different directions. 300 ships annually sailed. European traveler in early 16th century. 300 ships annually sailed to different directions. Annually sailed to different directions. According to the historian of Ilahan, Wasaf, Ilahan Mongol. According to the historian of Ilahan, who was that historian? Wasaf. According to the historian of Ilahan, that is Wasaf, Wasaf, 10,000 ships annually Wasaf, 10,000 horses annually were exported to Hindustan from Persia. 10,000 horses annually were exported to Hindustan from Persia. So trade and commerce. Overland, overseas. Overland, village and town, intercity. Village and town, bulk commodities, luxury goods. Overseas, एक मिनट यार, एक मिनट Inland trade, the trade between village and towns, bulk commodities, and intercity, the trade between luxury goods. Foreign trade, overland. Multan was the entry port. Route A plus B were preference, but least preferred. Mongol unrest for a longer time. Mongol unrest for a longer time. Sea trade, much preferred. C plus D. Cambay was the entry port and the most flourishing trade and commerce of this period. Main reason for inland trade, induced trade. Main reason for foreign trade, expansion. And sound political and administrative structure. 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 So surplus was already present. Productions were already going on. Weaving, iron-smith, carpentry, potter's wheel. ऐसा कुछ था नहीं जो इस कंट्री में नहीं था. There was nothing which was not present in this country. What was absent? The savior. तभी तो गीता कहती है कि जब जब धर्म की हानि होगी मैं आऊंगा. देखो, अब वो हिंदू कहते हैं कि वो आएगा तो उसका नाम श्यामलाल होगा, रामलाल होगा, ब्रज बिहारी होगा. ऐसा नहीं है. वो गौरी और गजनी के रूप में भी आ सकता है. फिर श्यामलाल, ब्रज बिहारी, शमसुद्दीन, रिजवान ये भी बर्बाद हो गए, तब वो क्लाइव बनकर आया. Actually, for people, their gods will be only in their form. Today, if human being can modernize God, who is the creator of human being? So today Ram can come on Harley Davidson. Can, will, Harley Davidson, Ray-Ban, Wrangler. But the trained mind, these priests, they train your mind. कि राम आएंगे धनुष बाण में ही आएंगे. अरे यार, जब उनका बनाया हुआ आदमी प्रोग्रेस कर सकता है तो वो नहीं करेंगे. Everything was present. Agriculture surplus was present. Art and craft were present. What was the only thing required? Liberation, protection, promotion, expansion. And that was provided by Delhi Sultanate. Right? For trade and for promotion to trade and commerce, all the basic requirements were present. For promotion to trade and commerce, all the basic requirements were present. Basic requirements were present. The only thing required was liberation, protection, promotion, expansion, and that was provided by Delhi Sultanate. That was provided by Delhi Sultanate. Clear? Any doubt? Urban economy. First development, promotion to cities. Second development, trade and commerce. Promotion to trade and commerce. I said agricultural surplus, art and craft were already present in India. What was required? Protection, liberation, promotion, expansion, and that was given by Delhi Sultanate. But urbanization does not depend only on city and trade and commerce. These cities and trade and commerce will give birth to another section. Which section? Third point, commercial classes, merchants. So first point, re-emergence of cities. Second point, promotion to trade and commerce. And third point, commercial classes. Second, urbanization. 8th to 13th century AD. Third, urbanization. Now when we will come to the economy of Mughal period, we will add one more line. The new dimensions of Mughal period. Finish. All the things will come in one go. When we will come to modern India, we will again add one more line. And then the comparison of second, feudalism, third, fourth, and today. Second, urbanization. Name all the commercial class of second urbanization. Necessity is the mother of invention. The Rig Vedic period, dormant. Later Vedic. What was the name of the emerging merchant class in later Vedic period? But in later Vedic period, 6th century BC, when second urbanization starts, you will hear Sethis. You will hear Sarthavas. You will hear Jesthaka. Sethis, Sarthava, Jesthaka. Who was a Sethi? The rich merchants of the cities. Sarthava, the Karma leader, caravan. Caravan leader, moving from one intercity trade. Jesthaka, the head of the guild. Here, dormant. But here, we again see the re-emergence of this class. Karwanis, Multanis. Karwani and Multanis. Karwanis, Banjaras possibly. Grain dealers, dealers in raw material. Multanis, luxury goods. Multanis, involved in long distance trade. Main profession, usury, money lending. Karwanis, the grain dealers, raw material dealers, Banjaras basically. Multanis, long distance trade. Merchants involved in long distance trade. Usury, money lending was the main profession, especially dealing in luxury goods. पर अब गिल्ड तो है नहीं. There is no guild. अब कौन मनी निकालेगा, पैसा निकालेगा, पैसे को चेक करेगा, पैसा एक्सचेंज कराएगा, एक शहर से दूसरे शहर पैसा का ट्रांसपोर्टेशन कराएगा? अब ये सब बैंकर का काम कौन करेगा? गिल्ड इज ओवर, और विदाउट बैंकिंग ट्रेड एंड कॉमर्स कैन नॉट सर्वाइव. सर्राफास, they were the lifeline of third urbanization, right? Lifeline of third urbanization. Sarrafas, lifeline of third urbanization. Why? They used to check the metallic purity in a coin. Metallic purity, metallic. They used to check the metallic purity. They used to set the exchange ratio. Metallic purity, exchange ratio, hundi system, that is the movement of money from one place to another. Lifeline of third urbanization. What is the lifeline of second urbanization? Guild system. बेटा ये सब चीज आंसर में नहीं लिखोगे ना, तुम्हें कभी नंबर मिलेगा ही नहीं, कभी. नेवर फॉरगेट दैट यू विल गेट मार्क्स इन हिस्ट्री, बिकॉज सर्राफस, करवानीस, द बंजारास, ग्रेन डीलर्स, मुल्तानीस, लॉन्ग डिस्टेंस ट्रेड, लग्जरी गुड्स, main business usury, money lending. Money lending. Then the lifeline of third urbanization, sarrafas. Metallic purity, exchange ratio, hundi system. Movement of money from one place to another. Then the city population is different from the village population. The city culture is different from the village culture. The city language is different from the village language. Necessity is the mother of invention. So fourth, brokers is a very important part of Sultanate economy, which is called as dallas. दलाल, जो तुम्हें दिल्ली में मिलते हैं. प्रॉपर्टी डीलर, जैसे मकान रेंट लेने जाते हो ना, अब तुम तो किसी को जानते नहीं दिल्ली में, तो तुम्हारे और लैंडलॉर्ड के बीच एक आदमी होता है जो तुम्हें जानता है पैसे की वजह से, और मकान मालिक को जानता है बीइंग लोकल और पैसे की वजह से. Necessity is the mother of invention. So lifeline of Sultanate economy, sarrafas. Necessity of Sultanate economy, brokers, dallas, commercial classes. But the most important thing, currency system. Without currency, system got promotion in Sultanate period. Standard situation by Sher Shah Suri, and to its peak during Mughals. Diversity is the most important feature of Sultanate coins. Currency, मतलब अर्बनाइजेशन और करेंसी की बात ना हो, अर्बनाइजेशन और करेंसी की बात ना हो, दैट इज इम्पॉसिबल. सोल of urban economy, currency system. Revival, Sultanate period. Standardness, Sher Shah Suri. Peak, Mughals. I'll tell you when I'll discuss Mughal economy. Revival, Sultanate. Iltutmish, Tanka and Jittal. Tanka and Jittal. Silver and copper. Then mixed coins. Then the grand experiment by MBT, which proved a disaster for the state. Grand experiment by MBT, which proved disaster for the state, but overall, currency system had a special place in Delhi Sultanate. Currency system had a special place in Delhi Sultanate. So, urban revolution. Led to the re-emergence of cities, led to promotion to trade and commerce, emergence of new commercial class, and revival of currency system. Urban economy. Re-emergence of cities, promotion to trade and commerce, emergence of new commercial class, and revival of currency system. अब लिख लोगे आंसर्स. ग्राफ इज क्लियर. सेकंड अर्बनाइजेशन, थर्ड अर्बनाइजेशन ग्राफ. अब ये ग्राफ याद सेपरेट फाइल बनाना, इकोनॉमी, पॉलिटी, ऑल. तो हम जब ब्रिटिश पीरियड पहुंचेंगे तो वहां एक नया फाइल ऐड करेंगे. देन यू विल बी एबल टू क्लियर रिवाइवल ऑफ करेंसी सिस्टम. देन यू विल बी एबल टू क्लियर हाउ इंडिया वाज प्लंडर्ड. व्हाट वाज द रोल ऑफ फ्रीडम मूवमेंट, व्हाट वाज द कंडीशन ऑफ वर्किंग क्लास, फार्मर्स. और फिर जब तुम आंसर तब लिखोगे कि दिस वाज द सिचुएशन इन एंशिएंट इंडिया, दिस वाज द सिचुएशन इन मेडिवल इंडिया. यू सी व्हाई पीपल आर सफरिंग टुडे, व्हाई कास्टिसिज्म हैज इंक्रीज्ड, why communalism has increased, why regionalism has increased. People don't know their past. This is the biggest drawback of this subcontinent. Subcontinent, I'm not saying country, subcontinent. India, Pakistan, Bangladesh. We are a single unit. We cannot live without each other. Now just imagine, once you will combine Sultanate period, or you will have a graph. This entire economy of Sultanate period not only got momentum with the beginning of Turkish rule. Irfan Habib sir calls it, but you don't write the name in examination, revolution. Irfan Habib calls it revolution. This entire economy of Sultanate period. अब तुम 6th century BC के शहरों के बारे में कहां लिख पाओगे ज्यादा, but Mauryan period, post Maurya. So let me complete Mughal period economy, then write about towns. ये तो 6th century BC है ना medieval period का सल्तनत. अभी peak of third urbanization, Mughal period. Wait, you have just completed 6th century BC of medieval period. Now we will come to Maurya and post-Maurya. Sultanate gave momentum to entire economy, but Irfan Habib sir says it was a revolution. Because Turks increased the dimension of technology in India. According to Irfan Habib sir, but D.D. Kaushambi sir says कि no, it was the smartness of Indian craftsmen who were able to use the new technological developments with efficiency. बोले हमें सब पता था, बस हम यूज नहीं कर रहे थे. पता हमें सब था. Irfan Habib sir says, no, it's a revolution. So there are two approaches. One is of D.D. Kaushambi sir, जो कहते हैं कि Persian wheel is in reality is a argot. पता था हमें, हम यूज नहीं करते थे. पेपर बनाना हमें पता था, हम यूज नहीं करते थे. गन पाउडर हमें पता था, हम यूज नहीं करते थे. अरे यूज नहीं करते थे तब क्या कर रहे थे बैठ के? Why you are not using? So we will give leverage to Irfan Habib sir. Definitely we will give leverage to Irfan Habib sir when he says that this entire economy turned into rural and urban revolution because of technology. This entire economy turned into a revolution according to Irfan Habib sir. Although D.D. Kaushambi sir denies, he says no, it's a smartness of Indian craftsmen. But then we cannot ignore the contribution of Turks to Indian culture, society, economy, etc. Right? According to Irfan Habib, अब कहने में तो सर कहना ही यार, पर आंसर में डोंट यूज द नेम्स. बहुत मारेंगे लोग तुमको, ये सब नाम मत इस्तेमाल करना. अकॉर्डिंग टू इरफान हबीब सर, Delhi Sultanate gave momentum to third urbanization, but according to Irfan Habib sir, it turned into a revolution because revolution, inverted comma, it turned into a revolution because of the contribution given by Turks in the field of technology. The contribution given by Turks in the field of technology. D.D. Kaushambi counters it when he says, D.D. Kaushambi counters it when he says that Indians were aware about these developments. Indians were aware about these developments. Turks created the atmosphere. Indians were aware about these developments. Turks created the atmosphere, and it was the smartness of Indian craftsmen. Which played important role in mastering this new technology. The smartness of Indian craftsmen which played important role in mastering these technologies. So next heading, technological development in Sultanate period. Technological development in Sultanate period. इसके बिना तो ये पोर्शन डिस्कस करना ही बेकार चला जाएगा. Technological development in Sultanate period. People generally think that history means only political history. No. History does not mean only political history. History means development in and political history is the least part of history. The main part is economy, society and culture. But for that, you have to understand the interrelation. That is why history is called as interdisciplinary science. If you don't understand the basics of economy, geography, polity, you will never understand history. History is called as interdisciplinary science. If you don't know the basics of economy, polity, society and their interrelation, you will never be able to understand history. This is a very unique part of history. But people consider that history means political history. You know about Ashok, Akbar, Balban, Sher Shah, that is over. Before 2000, they were concentrating on political history. They are exhausted on political history. So now the new paper, अब जो तुम्हारा पेपर आएगा, that will be specially on economy, society and culture. तुम्हें इस टाइप के क्वेश्चंस के लिए तैयार रहना होगा. टेक्नोलॉजी, मिडिल क्लास के बारे में पूछ लिया था. टेल अबाउट द मिडिल क्लास इन मुगल पीरियड. और एनसीईआरटी में स्पेसिफिक हेडिंग है और मैंने अपने क्वेश्चन बैंक में उस क्वेश्चन को फ्रेम किया था. ये वाला क्वेश्चन टेक्नोलॉजी वाला. हिस्ट्री एज अ ऑप्शनल डाइड बिकॉज ऑफ मल्टीपल रीजंस. मल्टीपल died. There were one or two selections, but one or two selection every year for a subject which was getting 70% selection. And I have said that your life can become simple if you follow the formulas. If you simply follow the formulas, the general formulas, general, जैसा मैंने कहा ना, कर भला तो हो भला. Do good and reap the good. यही चीज ये this formula has come down today. If you see today's people, they simply want their welfare. बगल वाला भाड़ में जाए. Pollution is increasing, doesn't matter. If I have money, pollution is increasing. What is the best way? That we should go for planting the trees. Why today's world is suffering? Because according to this formula, we should plant trees. At least once in a year, on our birthday, marriage anniversary. But today, those who can afford, they are going for air purifier. कि हम तो अपने बच्चों को बचा लेंगे, अपने परिवार को बचा लेंगे. बेटा टेम्परेचर बढ़ जाएगा, अंटार्कटिका की आइस पिघल जाएगी, वाटर लेवल बढ़ जाएगा, तब कहां से बचाओगे? When this entire earth will be flooded with water, तो उसके लिए एक सबमरीन ले लो. तुम जितना हमसे पढ़ रहे हो, वॉट एवर यू आर स्टडिंग फ्रॉम मी, तुम अगर किसी जूनियर लड़के को पढ़ा दो, सब कंसोलिडेट हो जाए, सब. But today people are afraid that if I will tell to someone, if I will teach someone, he will or she will get selection, I will be a loser. No. So we were 11 people in Delhi preparing for IAS. 11. 9 are IAS. 1 is in NDTV. Other is here. And we both are much happy in comparison to the other 9. Although we were very unhappy when they got selection. Second formula. There are no permanent friends, no permanent enemies, only permanent interest. This formula is of $1 billion. This formula is of $1 billion, billion. It will liberate your mind from unnecessary thought process. If you pay attention on yourself, a good number of time is wasted on others, either on friends or on enemies. And third, necessity is the mother of invention. Necessity is the mother of invention. So, पहला invention, first big invention of human being. First big invention of human being. Fire, yes. Necessity is the mother of invention. Necessity is the mother of invention. The first important invention, fire. Not for cooking. Safety. As a weapon. As a tool to clear forest. Much later, these wild animals were a very big threat, and wild animals are very much afraid of fire. Necessity is the mother of invention. Fire. The second important invention after fire, which changed the human civilization. Second important invention after fire. Which transformed human civilization. Wheel. Wheel. Now, agricultural economy in India iron tools and implements. No one can claim that they were much advanced in comparison to Indians. No one can claim, because woods, turning iron into steel was a very smart known to Indians. No one can claim the Indians learnt making the iron plough from Turks. No. There is no possibility. Woods, turning iron into steel. Indian swords were famous in international markets. So iron tool and implements, agricultural iron tools and implements, already known to Indians. Mehrauli iron pillar is the best example of the iron technology present in India. आज इतनी बड़ी बड़ी गाड़ियां बेचते हैं ये, BMW और मर्सिडीज को छोड़ के, BMW एंड मर्सिडीज, ये जितनी भी कारें आती है ना, उनको अगर क्रोम प्लेटिंग ना कराओ एक्स्ट्रा, तो उनकी हैंड ड्रिल्स वगैरह में रस्ट लग जाता है. मारुति, हुंडई, क्रेटा जैसी गाड़ी 14 लाख 12 लाख में आपने दिया, उसका जो हैंडल्स है उसमें रस्ट लग जाता है। आफ्टर पेइंग फॉर 14,000 एंड देन दे विल से टू यू कि वो यार वो क्रोमिंग करा लो। सो यहां पे कुछ खास नहीं हुआ होगा, बट अब सल्तनत के बनने से क्या हुआ होगा, व्हाट वुड हैव टेकन प्लेस बिकॉज ऑफ सल्तनत, व्हाट रोल सल्तनत वुड हैव प्लेड इन प्रमोटिंग आयरन टेक्नोलॉजी। Iron ore mines are not present everywhere, uncle. टेक्नोलॉजी को जानना बड़ी बात थोड़ी है। रॉ मटेरियल कहां से लाओगे? टेक्नोलॉजी वॉज नोन टू इंडियंस, इसमें कौन सी दो राय है? बट अ मेजर पार्ट ऑफ द कंट्री वॉज अवे फ्रॉम रॉ मटेरियल। A major part of the country was away from raw material. Establishment of Sultanate and turning it into empire made accessibility of iron ore. Write it. And in box. Establishment of Sultanate and turning it into an empire provided accessibility of iron ore. हमें यार तुमको पता है ना, यूनिटी इन डाइवर्सिटी, डाइवर्सिटी बिकॉज ऑफ ज्योग्राफी, यूनिटी ऑफ दिस कंट्री बिकॉज ऑफ इकोनॉमी. वी आर डिपेंडेंट ऑन ईच अदर. व्हाट इज द फॉर्मूला ऑफ दिस कंट्री? यूनिटी इन डाइवर्सिटी. व्हाट इज द बेसिक रीजन फॉर यूनिटी डाइवर्सिटी? ज्योग्राफी. व्हाट इज द बेसिक रीजन फॉर unity? Economic interdependence. And the first Persian book to mention about iron work is Miftah-ul-Fuzala. Miftah-ul-Fuzala. It's a Persian lexicon. 1460 AD. 1460 AD. Sewing. What was the development in sewing? Agriculture was to such a high level, so it's not there that the Indians were not aware about sewing. But with the coming of Turks, there was a change in sewing. What was the change in sewing and why? Indians were aware about broadcasting. Keeping the seed in a bag and throwing. Broadcasting. Scattering the seeds. This was Indian style. Turks introduced seed drill. The area from where they have arrived, there is a scarcity of food grains. कभी किसी मुसलमान को, अच्छे मुसलमान को खाते हुए देखो, बड़ा अच्छा लगता है मुझे वो सब चीज, चाहे जैसे करें. द मुसलमान विल लिक द प्लेट. कहते हैं जन्नत मिलेगी. बिल्कुल मिलेगी, जन्नत मिलेगी, वो काम करने पे मिलेगी. इस्लाम वॉज बोर्न इन सऊदी अरेबिया. वहां अनाज सबको नहीं मिलता. ये सीड ड्रिल, डोंट थ्रो, एंड व्हेन यू थ्रो It's on the upper layer of the soil, and most of it is eaten by the birds. But seed drill gives it the proper position in the ground. Time is controversial. Time is controversial. What is the exact time? That is controversial. But for the first time, Barbosa mentions it. About wet cultivation of rice. Wet cultivation of rice. बेटा ये सब बातें आंसर में नहीं लिखोगे ना, तो वो कुछ मानेंगे ही नहीं कि तुम्हें कुछ समझ में आया, तुमने कुछ पढ़ा. हार्वेस्टिंग, थ्रेशिंग, विनोइंग, the use of wind power. Use of wind power. But the biggest development was in the field of irrigation. तैयार रहना, get prepared. The next question in mains will be from agriculture. That discuss the development in agriculture in medieval period. Do you think the Turks and Mughals enhanced agriculture and agricultural production in India? This will be the new question, and all these things you have to discuss. The biggest development was in the field of irrigation. Indians have a very bad habit of wasting water. Today also, you move on the streets of Delhi and you'll find people early in the morning, 6 o'clock. Now this is the time when you'll find people taking out the water pipes and washing their cars. And they are talking on phone, and for half an hour the water is putting only at one place. You roam in different parts of Delhi. See the situation. Every day evening a lady will throw at least 100 buckets of water in front of her house. Every day in the evening. And Third World War will take place because of water. Harvesting, thrashing, winnowing. They will fill the water with a bucket during winters. They'll sit for chatting. And the warm water becomes cold. They'll throw all the water. Indians consider it as a matter of prestige in leaving the food in their plates. And in many marriage functions I have seen small and parents, these mothers and fathers, they don't say anything to their parents. The son and the daughter goes and takes the puri, sabji, raita, kachori, etc., and then he eats a bite. He goes and throws the entire plate in the dustbin, and parents don't say anything. Food is wasted, water is wasted in this country, and the time is coming when 40% population of this country will die with the lack of food and water. जिस दिन वर्ल्ड वॉर शुरू हो गया ना सर, सारे अनाज के गोदाम बंद कर दिए जाएंगे. And all those people who are living in urban areas, cities, without connection in villages, finish. सब मारे जाएंगे, सब. My father used to say one thing regularly to me कि बेटा जमीन मत बेचना कभी. दस बीघे भी रहेगी ना तो खाना मिलता रहेगा तुम्हें. Indians, they have a very bad habit. So before the coming of Turks, rainwater was a very good option. Adeo Matrak, I told you. Irrigation, they can ask questions simply on irrigation also. Irrigation. So before the coming of Turks, rainwater. The land which was irrigated by land water, Adev Matrak. The land which got irrigated by rainwater was called as Adev Matrak. Then Dhenki. And for this entire portion I have told you, which book? Which book for this entire portion? Which source? If you touched anything else other than that source, you will suffer. Which source? Economy, Society and Culture for Medieval India. Which source? IGNOU, yes. Don't touch anything. IGNOU, yes, IGNOU. Don't touch anything. You touched any other thing. Once I finish, then you revise from IGNOU. You will get some other points. Once I complete it, then you will revise from IGNOU. Consolidate from IGNOU. Dhenki. Charas. All these photos you will see in IGNOU, don't worry. There is no need of explaining all these things. So rainwater, Dhenki, Charas were the traditional ways of irrigation. But Turks are said to have been introduced or promoted Persian wheel. Which they call Sakya. Now D.D. Kaushambi sir again says ki no, in Sanskrit literature this was called as Arghat. We knew about it. There is a chance we knew about it because we had a very good connection from ancient times with Persia and West Asia. इसमें तो कोई डाउट नहीं कि हम ना जानते रहे हो. पर किसी चीज को जानना और उसे यूज करना. अब कटलरी, फोर्क, स्पून, हम शुरू से जानते हैं. बट इट गॉट प्रमोशन बिकॉज ऑफ ब्रिटिश रूल इन इंडिया. Cutlery, fork and spoon. Fork, spoon, knife. It's a integral part of European culture. इतनी ठंडक है यार. There is so much cold in those areas. -20 in Germany. तो हर बार हाथ धोने कहां जाओगे यार? किसी चीज को जानना और किसी चीज को यूज करना. We were aware about this from ancient times because we had connection, and in some cases we used to prepare and provide. Indian cutlery had a very good market in West Asia and Europe. पर हम जानते थे कटलरी के बारे में, पर हम उसे यूज नहीं करते थे. We started using fork, knife and spoon for eating basically with the beginning of British rule in India. अब हमारी तो आदत थी हाथ में भर के खाने की. But when we started sitting with them, so it became a matter of prestige. Today also, you see people sitting in the restaurant and eating dosas, especially in North India, South also. If they are sitting alone, they will eat dosa by hand. It's very comfortable. They will eat rice and dal with hand. And rice and dal eating with hand is a luxury. But if they are sitting with a woman or a girl, then they will use fork and knife. And sometimes you have to go and tell them कि भैया उल्टे हाथ में पकड़े, ये सीधे इधर पकड़ा जाता है. तो कौशाम्बी साहब कहते हैं हमें पता था, पर पता रहा होगा यार. We had connection with them from ancient times, तो पता तो रहा ही होगा. He says Arghat is a name used in Sanskrit literature for Persian wheel, but it was. नहीं भैया मेरे साथ तो यही हाल है, मैं कोई भी काम करता हूं तो बिना जाने तो मैं करता ही नहीं. इस चीज ने इतनी ताकत दी है, जब से मैं हवाई जहाज में सफर करने लगा, मैं एरोसाइंस के बारे में पढ़ने लगा. टुडे आई हैव अ नोटबुक इन विच आई हैव रिटन अबाउट द यूनिकनेस ऑफ एटलीस्ट 100 प्लेन्स. मतलब अगर तुम मुझसे हवाई जहाज में बात करोगे तो मैं तुम्हें कम से कम 100 हवाई जहाजों के बारे में बता दूंगा. बिकॉज वेन एवर आई सिट इन ए प्लेन, तो मैं पता करता हूं कौन सा है, कौन सा मॉडल है, किस कंपनी ने बनाया है, व्हाट इज द स्पेसिफिक फीचर ऑफ दिस प्लेन. और आज 100 प्लेन के बारे में इंफॉर्मेशन है मिनिमम 100. तो कभी कभी एरोनॉटिक्स के लड़के आ जाते हैं इंटरव्यू बोर्ड में, जब मैं उनसे प्लेनों के बारे में पूछता हूं ना तो बड़े हतप्रभ हो जाते हैं कि आपको इतना कहां से पता है. एंड दैट इज नॉट इन वन डे. पर्शियन व्हील, अगेन द शॉर्टेज ऑफ वाटर. नेसेसिटी इज द मदर ऑफ इन्वेंशन. पानी कम है तो बर्बाद नहीं कर सकते. इट स्टार्ट्स फ्रॉम सल्तनत पीरियड but got momentum in Mughal period, transforming the nature of agriculture and becoming helpful for cash crop cultivation. Along with Sakya, canal irrigation, another important contribution, canal irrigation, नहरें बनाना, canal irrigation. So, Persian wheel and canal irrigation, the two prominent contribution of Turks, improved irrigation system in medieval India, especially benefiting cultivation of cash crops. Especially benefiting cultivation of cash crops. This was the contribution in agriculture. Textile technology. अब यहां भी हम मास्टर थे टेक्सटाइल में. टेक्सटाइल टेक्नोलॉजी, India had mastery on it in ancient period. Now, ginning, canning, carding. Ginning, carding, spinning, weaving, dyeing, printing. हमको सब पता था. अब यहीं पे तुम क्वेश्चन लिखोगे. और मुगल पीरियड में तो अरे बाप रे बाप, क्या हाइट पर पहुंचा टेक्सटाइल टेक्नोलॉजी. इन मुगल पीरियड टेक्सटाइल टेक्नोलॉजी, कंट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ टर्क्स एंड मुगल्स एंड मास्टरी ऑफ इंडियन क्राफ्टमैन. कंप्यूटर फ्रॉम वेस्ट, द बेस्ट सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियर फ्रॉम इंडिया. Indians were aware of all these things. Indians were aware of all these things. Turks and Mughals. Turks improved. Mughals took it to a new height. तो अगर तुमसे वो, if they ask the question from ancient period, that textile technology was known to ancient Indians, it improved in Sultanate period, it went to its height in Mughal period, discuss with examples. लिखो ना टेक्सटाइल पे, लिखो ना एग्रीकल्चर पे. गिनिंग, कार्डिंग, स्पिनिंग, वीविंग, डाइंग, प्रिंटिंग. Now with cotton, the challenges are you have to pull out the seeds from the cotton, you have to soften cotton, and then you have to turn it into a yarn. It's a very time-taking process. These three processes are very time-taking. Picking out the seed, softness, and then turning it into a yarn. These three things are very time taking, and if you bring down the time, you will increase the production. If you bring down the time and production are connected, interconnected. And ancient Indian weavers were followed traditional and simple technologies. Simple and traditional technologies. Possibly we were aware about spinning cord. Dyeing tanks, dyeing. The tanks made by lime and mortar. This was a revolution in textile industry. Ancient Indian weavers, they used simple technologies and traditional technologies, which were highly time consuming. भाई हम यूरोपियन से कहां पिछड़े? हम यूरोपियन से कहां पिछड़े? टेक्नोलॉजी में. टेक्नोलॉजी में क्यों पिछड़े? Why Europeans are ruling us? Why they have ruled? Because they understood with the passage of time that wisdom is very important. What is Renaissance in Europe? The rise of wisdom in Europe. What is the Renaissance in Europe? The rise of wisdom in Europe. इतनी अच्छी अच्छी किताब, we have such great books in the world. Indians, Upanishads, Gita, Bhagavad. But we don't know how to use them. Arthashastra. but we don't know how to use them because we lost the core of education, and the core of education is to promote wisdom. Information can be given to parents also, parrots. Today our education is parrot based education. Information can be given to parrots also, parrots. These are the concepts which they understood after coming to East. After translating all these things, after reading all these things, they understood that the core of education is to promote wisdom. The core of production is reduction of time in manufacturing. The core of polity is welfare and promotion. वो एक और बात है, समझ गए? They understood the core things. That the core of education is to promote wisdom. नौकर नहीं बनाना है. कुछ बातें उन्हें एकदम समझ में आ गई कि नौकर नहीं बनाना है. The core of education is to promote wisdom. The core of production is to reduce the time of manufacture and delicacy. लेकिन चरखा के आने से एक चीज बची रह गई, हैंडीक्राफ्ट. चरखा आया तो चरखा के प्रमोशन टू कोर्स क्लोथ्स, कोर्स मोटा कपड़ा. वो यार्न को बहुत पतला नहीं कर पाता. East is a university where a scholar never gets a degree. Lord Curzon. Spindle cord was known to Indians. Handloom. Kabir's photo is given in IGNOU, showing you the handloom. Dyeing tanks made of lime and mortar. Now, dyeing tanks, Indians knew the use of indigo. Indians invented that color blue. But dyeing tanks with the use of lime and mortar gave stability to the colors, smoothness to the colors. Production of yarn increased 6 times, 7 times. Production of yarn increased because of charkha. Production of clothes increased because of handloom. So, ginning, carding, spinning, weaving, dyeing and printing. Printing. Block printing or chapa was again a new development. Charkha is mentioned in which book? So, what happened because of Turks? New dimension. New dimensions to production of yarn. Increase in the production of yarn because of charkha. Futuhus Salatin mentions it for the first time, 1350 AD. Printing got new dimension because of new dye tanks created by lime and mortar. Hodge. The new development was block printing, which was a completely new development. Chapa. Handloom gave momentum to weaving. momentum to weaving. And in this way, with the advent of Turks, textile industry got a new life. Industry got a new life, which became a role model for the world under Mughals. Later on, ginning means taking out the seed from cotton balls. Ginning, taking out the seed from cotton balls. Taking out the seed from cotton balls. Softening of cotton, so that you can make yarn. Spinning to prepare the yarn. Isami is Futus Salatin, yes. Isami. Weaving, dyeing, printing. So textile got a new life under Turks. New life means it was already present. So textile, the core industry, agriculture, developed ancient period. New life, Sultanate period. Peak, Mughals. Starved, British. The two core industries of India, agriculture, developed ancient India. Developed ancient India. New life, Sultanate period. Peak, Mughal period. Starved, British. Starved and tortured. Developed ancient India. New life, Sultanate period. Peak, Mughals. Assassination, British. और कुछ चाहिए? Anything else you want? इंडिपेंडेंट इंडिया को क्या करना है? इंडिपेंडेंट इंडिया को क्या करना है? इसको हेल्दी करना है और इसको इंडिपेंडेंट इंडिया को rebirth, and India will become great again. मजा आया कि नहीं आया ये बताओ पहले. अभी जब मुगल खत्म करेंगे तो और मजा आएगा, ब्रिटिश करेंगे तो और पूरी पूरी हिस्ट्री कनेक्ट हो जाएगी. When I will complete Mughal India and British India, अब करना क्या है? Now what do you have to do? Diagram is in front of you. This can be a new question. कृषि और वस्त्र प्रौद्योगिकी ने भारत को, इतिहास को हमेशा प्रभावित किया. एग्रीकल्चर एंड टेक्सटाइल इंडस्ट्री हैड ऑलवेज इन्फ्लुएंस्ड इंडियन हिस्ट्री. कमेंट. अब क्या करोगे? राइट द क्वेश्चन हियर ओनली. एग्रीकल्चर एंड टेक्सटाइल इंडस्ट्री हैव ऑलवेज इन्फ्लुएंस्ड इंडियन हिस्ट्री. कमेंट. अब ये क्वेश्चन अगर मेंस में आ जाएगा ना तो ऐसे हाथ खड़ा कर देंगे लोग, अरे बाप रे, नो हिस्ट्री इज अ वेरी टफ ऑप्शनल, क्वेश्चंस आर आस्क्ड फ्रॉम वेरी डिफरेंट सोर्सेस. एग्रीकल्चर एंड इंडस्ट्री, टेक्सटाइल इंडस्ट्री हैज इन्फ्लुएंस्ड द हिस्ट्री ऑफ इंडिया. कमेंट. बिल्डिंग कंस्ट्रक्शन, again the new life. Clay, stone, wood and bricks. Known. Building construction was known in India. Sultanate gave a new life. New life. Taken to the peak to by Mughals. So if you see Sanchi Stoop, Barhustu Stoop, remains are there because binding material was not strong. Remains are there because binding material is not strong. Here, lime and mortar. New life to the buildings, construction of buildings. Lime and mortar. Binding becomes very strong. Binding becomes very strong. Qutub Minar, see the condition. Qutub Minar. Thirteenth century, 700 years, still standing, lime and mortar. Here, binding was missing. Binding material was weak. Construction तो तब भी होता था. Dome, arc. Arc and dome. Arc 180 degree. The door of 180 degree. Arc. Door. The door of 180 degree. And dome 360 degree. Giving a grand appearance, vast space. Example, Taj Mahal. Beautification. streams, springs. गर्मी से आए थे ये लोग, गर्मी से आए थे तो झरना इनकी जरूरत थी। नहर बिश्त, कभी रेड फोर्ट में जाओगे ना तो नहर बिश्त, इनकी बिल्डिंगों में झरने लगे होते थे गर्मियों में। भाई लू बहेगी, एंड व्हेन द लू विल क्रॉस थ्रू वाटर तो इट विल बिकम कूल, एसी की कूलनेस देगी। शेरशाह के मकबरे से पहले कोई बड़ी बिल्डिंग है ही नहीं तो क्या किया जाए, है सब। तो नोन टू एंशिएंट पीरियड बिल्डिंग कंस्ट्रक्शन, इंट्रोड्यूसिंग gardens, building construction, building construction known ancient India, new life Sultanate, peak Mughals, new dimension ब्रिटिश। बना लो यार ऐसे। अब मंदिर में, इन टेम्पल, वन पर्सन विल गो, he'll come out, second will go, he'll come out, but for namaz you require a vast area to sit. Ark and dome. Temple, temple, you see the main hall of a temple, small temples, but for namaz, necessity is the mother of invention. For namaz, 100 people will sit at one time, 500 people will sit at one time, 1000 people will see Jama Masjid. Remember this formula. Which formula? This formula. Known, new life, peak and new dimension. Was clear, Medieval India? Class is over. Class is over. Class is over. We'll start tomorrow. Okay then. See you tomorrow.